Hey Virgo, let's see what's going on in your love life. This is a tarot love reading for Virgo Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and of course for any of you lovely cross watchers dealing with a Virgo romantically. Now please keep in mind, Virgo, these are general readings. They may or may not resonate, and you're always welcome to take what works and leave the rest. So we're going to jump right into it today, and we're going to see what could be coming towards you guys in love. First message coming out today for Virgo, nice. We have got the Queen of Pentacles, which is your energy. So right away, I'm like, okay, you're feeling good, you're feeling stable, you're feeling grounded. Now you could also be connecting with another earth sign, right? So another Virgo, maybe a Taurus, maybe a Capricorn. So I get there's a sense of like stability. Let's see where it goes. Tell me more about what could be coming toward Virgo. Ooh, I love that for you. Ace of Pentacles, brand new beginning. If you're a single Virgo, I feel like you're attracting a very stable, committed lover, you know? And with the Ace of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, they might also be maybe a wealthy lover or someone who's well established in their career. But I definitely see that something really beautiful is blossoming here. And for those of you already with this person, I kind of feel like things are progressing in a really beautiful way. There's like a really good sense of like security and stability within the connection. And I feel like this person is super reliable. Tell me more about what could be coming toward Virgo right now. And then the Four of Pentacles, they don't want to let you go. Okay. So, ooh, I had an interesting message pop into my head. Let me finish that thought and then I'll tell you. Four of Pentacles is like somebody who's holding on and doesn't want to lose us. So when I pulled that card, I'm like, oh yeah, this person's like super into you. They don't want to lose you. They don't want to let you go. I had another message come into my head. I'm going to say it. You can let me know if it connects. It's not for everybody. As always, take it or leave it, Virgo. I'm looking at the energy here and I'm like, there's so much Pentacles energy, which is very stable, very grounded. And what came to mind was the word boring. Like, I wonder if some of you are involved with someone who is just so reliable. They show up for you. They're so supportive. They're always there for you. And you're like, this feels a little boring. Like, where's the chaos? Where's the insanity? You know what I mean? Like, some of you may be used to relationships where there's a lot of like ups and downs. So let's say that your dating history has felt maybe a little bit chaotic, perhaps, right? Where, you know, you've dated people, there's been insane chemistry, but then it ended up really toxic and everything fell apart. And now you've got someone here who like honestly just looks like a really solid, stable human being. And you're like, what do you mean? They just do what they say they're gonna do. And they show up when they say they're gonna show up. And they don't play games with me. And I know where they stand. Like, you know, like it might be throwing you off a little bit. Like, especially if you're used to connections where there's a lot of that very heightened intensity and maybe kind of chaotic energy. You might be a little bit thrown off by the stability that this person offers. And if this is new love coming in, like your first impression might be like, is this a little bit boring? I don't think boring is bad at all. I don't actually think this person is boring, by the way. I don't know if that's quite the right word, but you get what I mean, right? You're like, where's the chaos? Where's the uncertainty? Where's you disappearing for 3 days? What do you mean you just text me every day to say hello and you check in? Like, I feel like you might not be used to this. And if you're with this person currently, you could also be doubting it because you're like, where's the chaos? But like this person's energy is not chaotic. It's super stable. Does this connect you guys? Let me know. I know it's not a message for everybody, but I'm kind of curious to see how this plays out. So let's look at your person. Let's look at you. We're going to look at their overall energy, what they could be feeling, what they could be doing. We'll look at the same thing for you. And then let's look at the potential outcome here. Okay. Tell me about this person right now, please. First card coming out is the Nine of Wands. I feel like they're fighting for you. I almost feel like right now you're kind of detaching a little bit, Virgo, and your person's like, what's going on? Like, I really like you. And I think they're doing things to fight for you. I kind of like this person. Tell me more. The Sun, they just want to make you happy. Oh my gosh, Virgo. You could be dealing with a Leo, but I feel they just want to make you happy. They just want to make you smile. They want to bring joy into your life. And you're like, yeah, okay, but where's the chaos? Oh, tell me more about this person's energy. King of Cups. Oh my God, Virgo. Okay, look, this is keep it real time. Let's have a little bit of a pep talk. I think this person who you're connecting with does not feel like the people you've dated before. And here's the thing. When we're used to dating a certain pattern, it can feel uncomfortable when we attract something different. But maybe this is exactly what you need, right? Maybe this is exactly what you need. And I feel like the tarot's like, look at this, you guys. King of Cups, water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Guess what this is? They love you, okay? They love you. Like, they're emotionally available. They're stable. They're secure. They're telling you how they feel. I just feel for some of you, maybe this feels different than what you're used to, right? And, you know, I feel like I want to advocate for this person and be like, give them a chance, right? Just because they feel different from your usual type or not who you usually go for, maybe that's exactly what you need, Virgo. Okay, let's see what they could be feeling. 7 of Pentacles. This person is such a gem, you guys. Okay, 7 of Pentacles, guess what? It's a super patient energy. I feel like they're falling hard for you with that King of Cups, and they're like, okay, I can be patient. I can wait for Virgo to catch up, right? Like emotionally, they're like, that's okay. I mean, I'm really into Virgo, but I'll let Virgo take their time to catch those feelings too. They're so like understanding. Tell me more about what they could be feeling. The 3 of Cups. I could see them going to their friends. I'm like, oh, this person. I could see them going to their friends and being like, I really like Virgo, but like, I don't know, Virgo seems a little detached. I'm not sure. And they're like trying to get advice from their friends because they're like, you know, I want to just bring Virgo into my life and into my social circle. And my sense is you're maybe a little bit hesitant, right? And they're like, I just want to like, I don't know. I just want to love Virgo, but I don't know what's going on. So they could be trying to get support from their friends. I'm also getting the sense, let me know if this connects. Like, did they ask you to meet their friends and you kind of freaked out a little bit and you're like, it's too soon, it's too soon? I'm also getting that message. And they're like, I don't know, Virgo doesn't want to meet my friends. What's up with that? What else could they be feeling? 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, they're feeling a little left out in the cold because I think they're doing a lot here, as we saw with the Sun and the King of Cups, to try to make you happy. And they feel really good about things between the two of you. I don't think they're understanding where the disconnect is, right? Because from their perspective, I think they're like, I don't understand. Like things seem good. Like, why am I feeling Virgo pull back? I think the 5 of Pentacles is how they're feeling about you. Like if you've been a little bit detached, I think they're picking up on it and they're like, what is that? What's going on here? Let's see what actions they could be taking. The Empress. Honestly, I think they just want to love and nurture you. I think they do a lot of things for you. I think they show up for you when you need them. Like this is literally someone who will always have your back. And maybe you're a little uncomfortable with that. Maybe you're not used to someone showing up and doing the most and being there for you. Maybe you're the one who's usually having to like beg people to do things for you in relationships and used to people who give breadcrumbs and give lackluster effort. And now you've got this person here who's like, I just want to love and nurture you. And you're like, what is this? Can I trust it? Tell me more about what actions they could be taking. Page of Cups, yeah. If there are moments where you kind of shut down and go cold, I think they try to come towards you with the Page of Cups. It's so cute. It's like, they're like, I don't know what's going on. They might even say this, like, I don't know what's going on, Virgo, but like, I'm here for you. If you want to talk, like when you want to talk, let me know. Like they're constantly just trying to show you that they're here for you and they want to support you and they just want to make you feel good and feel emotionally cared for and all that good stuff. Tell me more, please, about what actions they could be taking. King of Wands could be dealing with a fire sign, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Again, like look at this. Like look at the actions, you guys. These are really, really nice cards. The Empress, Page of Cups, and the King of Wands. They want to love you. They want to nurture you. They want you to feel emotionally supported. We've got the King of Wands, which is like someone who's just very confident in the connection. So it's almost like they have faith in the relationship always. Even in moments where you don't, they still have the faith. They still have the confidence that things are really good here, Virgo. Their energy is super steady and stable. Like this is a good person I'm picking up on here. Let's look at you. So let's see what's up with Virgo. All right, first card coming out, Knight of Cups. Okay. I mean, Knight of Cups definitely indicates that you like being romantic with this person. Tell me more. Wheel of Fortune. I mean, Wheel of Fortune is like getting lucky in love. maybe you're starting to realize that this person is a huge blessing, right? Where you're like, okay, there might be moments where I feel uncomfortable, but like, I do think this is a really good thing. Tell me more about Virgo's energy. Guys, Virgo. Okay. This is why I do these readings. If you're doing this, maybe this reading can give you some insight into your behavior, right? So we started out with the Knight of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune, and I'm like, yeah, you like the love, you like the romance. And with the Wheel of Fortune, you're even like, I feel this is really good. I feel like this is meant to be. I feel really positive. So what do we do when we're feeling really good and really positive and really happy with someone? We walk away? Why? Why are you going to do that, Virgo? You know, this is what I've been talking about, where I'm like, there's something here in your energy where there's a disconnect. And it's like, on the one hand, it's super fascinating because you see all these good things that are happening in the relationship, but yet your inclination is still to run away from the connection, right? And again, that comes from somewhere, right? And so this is why I do these readings, to just potentially get you to reflect, like, if this is a pattern, what's going on and where does it come from? Because from what I can see here, you might be in a situation where you're potentially walking or running away from a very good thing here, okay? Let's see what you could be feeling. What could Virgo be feeling? That's big, okay. The Tower. My heart goes out to you. I think you're terrified everything's gonna fall apart. Wow. I'm feeling I'm almost feeling teary-eyed. I'm feeling an incredible sadness, and all of a sudden I felt like a huge emotional shift for you. It's like this fear. That's what I think I'm picking up on. It's like this fear that if you fully give to this person and open your heart, everything will fall apart and everything will come crashing down. Everything will just get destroyed. You're scared. Wow. That was crazy. I felt like such an insane shift in the energy where it went from somebody who was so happy to like literally terrified. Terrified that if you let yourself love this person, I feel like I could cry, you guys. Like, if you let yourself love this person, it will all fall apart and you will be left out in the cold. Wow. So if that is something you're feeling, that comes from somewhere, right? And maybe this is your invitation to explore it. Wow. Okay, what else could Virgo be feeling, please? Look at this energy, you guys. The Ray of Swords. It comes from a bad breakup. Yeah, wow. There's such a shift happening right now. Literally, I feel like the energy has completely changed when I've started to like look at your emotions here. I think someone hurt you really badly in the past, okay? There was a devastating breakup and I don't think you fully recovered from it. I totally get that. When there's this kind of an energy of a breakup, this is not something we get over overnight. And a lot of the times that wound stays with us, right? And so I think what's happening is you're terrified because you've been really badly hurt before. So it totally makes sense to me that when things feel so good, you're like terrified of it falling apart. Okay? I get it. I totally validate that. I will say though, there was nothing weird, red flaggy, odd in your person's energy, right? That's what you have to keep in mind. There was nothing in their energy where I was like, you need to be careful. In fact, it was the complete opposite. It was like, they just want to love you, but you're scared to let them in maybe, right? Because you've been hurt before. But that's where we have to learn to separate out what is my past and what is actually happening in the moment. Is this person showing you red flags in the moment? We didn't see that in their energy. So the reaction that you're having and the fear is not coming from something they're doing because we don't see that, right? It has to be coming from something in here, something that's maybe unresolved. Wow. Whew. Tell me what else Virgo could be feeling. This is insane, you guys. Seven of Swords. You see how different this is? Your person's feelings versus yours. Seven of Swords is like, I can't trust it, right? The Seven of Swords is the thief of the tarot. It's like trickery, deceit. I can't trust this. It's too good to be true. And you know what the Seven of Swords is? Sometimes it's a big energy of self-sabotage. This could be a situation where if you're not careful, Virgo, and I say this with love, because I totally get why you feel the way you feel, but if you're not careful, I see the potential here to push away a really good thing. And I think if you do, you will look back in the future and be like, I miss that person. Like, they were a really good thing. I just couldn't give my heart to them at the time, and I pushed them away. Let's see what actions you could be taking. Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is a card of putting in the hard work. So I'm hoping maybe this is you starting to work on some of this big stuff that's coming up for you. What other actions? Four of Cups. This is someone who's emotionally withdrawn. I mean, maybe part of the message here for you, Virgo, is maybe you can't be in a relationship right now. Maybe you need some time apart or on your own to work through this. So maybe what happens is this person brings up all these feelings and you're like, you know what? I thought I had dealt with these feelings and I obviously haven't. They're still very much there. Maybe that's a journey you need to go on your own before you could even entertain being with somebody. Maybe this is making you feel like I need to take some time to work on myself. But then I also feel there's a little bit of that regret potentially in there if you let go of this, because the Four of Cups can be a card of missed opportunities. This is a lot. Tell me more. Queen of Swords. What actions are you taking, Queen of Swords? I mean, this could be you initiating an important conversation. Maybe you have some sort of realization and you go to your person and you explain what's going on. Because as we saw in their energy, I don't think they understand what's happening, right? From their perspective, they just really like you and they just want to keep exploring, but they're feeling this disconnect from you. And we are seeing that disconnect in your energy, right, my loves? And so maybe we'll see what the outcome is. I'm going to look at that in just a minute, but the Queen of Swords is suggesting maybe you initiate a conversation with them where you explain what's going on, because you realize if you don't do that, you could lose them. Wow. Let's see what the potential outcome is. Two of Swords. I think that's you continuing to be torn. The Two of Swords is being at a crossroads. Your head's telling you one thing, your heart's telling you another. Tell me more. Three of Pentacles. That's good. Let's see. Two of Wands. It's interesting. It's interesting. Here's what I see. I don't think you're jumping in head first with this person because you're scared. I don't think it's over though, okay? What could be happening right now, Virgo, is I do think you need some time to work through your uncertainty and your hesitation here. That's very clear to me in the outcome, okay? For there to be any potential pathway for the two of you to move forward, you got to figure this out, right? You got to figure out what's going on here. And I see you doing that. I think you might need some space to do that. Here's the interesting thing though. Because your person's energy is so loving and supportive, my intuitive sense here is that they will give you that space, okay? So you might say to them, I can't date you right now. And they might say something like, yeah, I can see that. Okay, you know, maybe you even explain why, right? Maybe that's what the Queen of Swords is. You explain to them like, look, I'm realizing I've got all this heavy emotional stuff. It's coming up for me. It's not about you. It's about me. I got to work on it. I need some time. And they say to you, thank you for being honest. Like, I really appreciate it. You know, give me a call when you've worked through it. My sense is that if you work through this and your person is still available at that point, whenever that time is, right? People work through things on different timelines. But if you work through this, I don't think they're putting their life on hold, but I do think they like you a lot. So if you work through this and then you get to a good place and you reach out to them and they happen to find themselves still single, I think this could go somewhere. Okay? But I think for you, the big message today is that there's something you've got to address, because this thing that's showing up for you is not just going to show up with this person. I think it's going to be something that will show up in every relationship until you deal with it, right? So it's like the tarot is giving you an invitation here to do some healing. There is someone here who's so lovely. And I think because they're so lovely, they're going to be very understanding. And so if you work through this and you both find yourself single at the same time in the future, I think there's still potential here. My sense here is that this is probably not over, but I also feel like right now it needs to at least be on pause, because you need to work through some stuff and then see where you're at when that happens. Very interesting energy today, Virgo. So I'm going to leave it there. If you enjoyed this reading, you know what to do. Give me a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and notification bell. And of course, I wish you love, I wish you happiness, and we'll talk soon. Bye, guys.